Hey, we're here. We're back in business. Welcome, everybody. Let me know if my sound levels are okay. Peter Poppins, Anthixius, Ada, Coward. Welcome, everybody. So it's been a long while. And I don't know. I'm gonna kind of guess maybe people will trickle in and out. So I might be telling some of the same stories of just what's happened the past 3 weeks. I was gone, and now I'm back. Look, I think we have 16 packages today. At least I think. I hopefully counted 16 correctly. So I'm just going to get started on them, and we'll just talk as we go. Hope that's cool with you guys. I gotta remember what some of these are. All right. Can't redeem any. She's Peter Poppins redeemed 6 and Coward redeemed 10. So they're all taken. Okay. I'm gonna dump these all out, I guess. And I suppose use this box for either trash or the items. I'm guessing maybe the trash. Let me see if I have another box. I guess one of these big ones will suffice. Alright, I got myself another box. I freaking knew it. Alright, so there's let's start with these 2 packages. Spoiler alert, these 2 packages are each one has the same thing. I guess I'll start my story out of order. So 2 weeks ago today, I tested positive for COVID. And so it was it ended up being pretty gnarly. I think USPS had another round of just free COVID tests, so signed up for it. So this is two boxes of COVID tests. Each box has a pair. So that's the first package. Second package number 2. You legit sounded like the I Povited meme? What is the I Povited meme? Did I miss something? Bro, look it up, please, please. Oh no. Okay, give me a second. Alright. Here's package 2. 2 more COVID tests. 2 more boxes of COVID tests. A total of 8 COVID tests in these 4 boxes. I Povited tested for Bovid. Oh, good lord. Hang on, give me 1 second. I gotta figure out what's gonna make this work.
some unfortunate news. I positive tested for both. I positive tested for both. I positive tested for low. I positive tested for both. I tested for both. I coveted for both. I positive test for. I got a new roach. I positive test for COVID. I tested positive for both. I positive for both of them. I tested positive for COVID.
Oh, I finally got it out. Thank you. I appreciate that, Antixius. Now I feel up to speed for this meme that came out over a year ago. Thank you. So yeah, I tested positive for COVID. And I gotta say, like, the first, I want to say, like, 4 of the first 5 to 6 days were really bad. There was, like, I think it was like the second day was better than the first day, and then it got way worse for like 3 straight days. So yeah, that was like kind of no joke. Since then, like, I've just gradually gotten better. I still have this sort of residual cough, just like, I don't know, just irritation or something. So I'm still taking cough drops. Dude, the first 5 will get you wrecked. Yeah, let me think. It's I took 2 home tests. How do I put this? Okay, the first day I took a COVID test, I was negative. The second day I finally tested positive. I took 2 home tests, tested positive on both. But then I was also just starting to feel it, and I was like looking it up, and I was like, okay, I don't think I'm making this up. Like, I mean, this seems like COVID. Like, by the 3rd day, I had what I guess was like just a really extreme, like, sore throat, like a really severe sore throat, which I guess is like indicative of Omicron, like the Omicron variant. And it was just really, really especially bad, I think, the 3rd and 4th day. And then the 5th day was also pretty bad too. So, yeah, that was like pretty gnarly. So that's the situation I was in. Okay. So, we opened our first 2 packages. I kind of have something that looks like a tally. So, let me shove it all into the right spot, or at least I'll just tally these off as I go. Okay. Okay, I have a couple of Amazon packages. After that, I'll be good. Slightly better for the next week and a half. Yeah, so it's been 2 weeks total since that first day I tested positive, and I mostly feel better now. But yeah, it's just this cough. It's really separately. I'm guessing that has nothing to do with COVID, although I've been like pretty bedridden, just throughout. I think like these back spasms. I don't know, or like I don't know what really is, like muscle spasms. It feels like I tweaked my back. And I don't know, maybe it's just my posture has been bad, just kind of staying in bed all the time. I don't know if that's caused it, but the last like 2-3 nights, oh, it's been bad. Like sometimes turning like hurts. So yeah, it's been bad. All right. Package number 3. We got some vitamin C gummies. So I ended up buying like some of these like just like, you know, stuff you take when you're sick. But what happened was Ada ended up dropping some stuff off. That's not these, what are presumably somewhat tasty gummies. She, like, before these could get here, Ada dropped off these like just capsules, and they don't smell very good. So, but I've just been taking those just because, like, well, I could just save this for package openings. So here's some vitamin C, some zinc, and also some zinc. I didn't know I was getting 2 bottles of this zinc. Did they make a mistake? Let's find out. I guess it was 60 count 2-pack. All right. Okay. So some gummies to add to my daily pair of probiotic gummies. So I think all my supplements now are supposed to just be tasty candy. Okay. That is package number 3. Okay. So on my list, I think here, this one thing I ordered came in 2 packages again. So let's do this. More to tell as we go along. Some stuff I think will just end up being revealed. The more packages I open. Ooh, okay. I got this cable I was waiting for. I just needed like a shorter cable. Because I have something here that's like kind of weird and kind of long. Aha! Aha! Alright. So, this is one order that is now in 2 packages. This is the first of the 2 packages. So this is a mono 3.5 to 3.5 millimeter to mono 1/4 inch, and so I'm going to use this to my what is it? My ground loop isolator, my transformer, into my streaming PC. I have something that's just kind of like, it's kind of weirdly jerry-rigged right now. It works, but it's just kind of ugly and it's not the cleanest thing. So that's what this is. But moreover, the important one is this. This is a like a tap handle and like a, I guess this is like a generic or like a sort of like I don't know if I want to call it bootleg, but like a helicoil kit. So this will help us hopefully try to address some of the issues that we have in some of our keyboards, which include the polycarbonate PH60, which has a strip screw, as well as the skeleton 60, which I think all of those like case screws are like the screw holes are all stripped. So this is really exciting. I want to probably have to probably like look up how to use it, but Tempest had come here a couple times and mentioned it, and then like one of the more recent times I kind of just asked him for more details on what to buy, what to do. He said just buy some of this stuff, look up some YouTube videos. It's kind of straightforward after you kind of just like figure out what's going on in the videos. So very cool. Okay, so that'll be exciting. All right, that's package 4. Here's package 5, which is again part of this order. All right. So this actually is something we're going to be using for the build today. This is another screw kit. So, oh wow, that's cool. So there's like individual compartments, and then each compartment they put little baggies. Like the screws are in baggies, and the baggies are inside compartments, which is actually kind of nice. So, as it turned out, I don't know if you guys remember, but it was 3 weeks ago that we last did the Topre Falcon Part 2, with today being Part 3. But 3 weeks ago, we were working on this Topre Falcon, and that was a huge disaster with the screws. I first of all didn't know what was going on, and so like I was doing things, I was redoing things. Some of this is just nonsense. By the end of it, I was like, "Fuck! Did I lose some screws?" I went back to the VOD just after stream, and I came to realize I didn't lose any screws. They just didn't send enough. So I had to figure out. All Hex, thank you so much for the sub, 11 months. But also Amphixius, thank you so much for the sub, also from several minutes ago. Acknowledging you guys both. Appreciate it. Welcome, and welcome back to the stream. Welcome, everybody. But, all right. So, anyways, yeah. So I went along and just tried to find a bunch of like screw kits that I would think has what I want or need. I found this one. There's a bunch of M1.4 stuff in here, and there's a bunch of different M2 stuff in here too. So we're gonna have a bunch of different options for things that we'll be able to do for this Taupe Falcon kit, plus for a bunch of just other projects that we have, which is probably gonna include the skeleton that we're meaning to sort of heal up with that fake helicoil kit. So very cool. All right, this is kind of pointless, but all right, anyways. Okay, so that is package 5. Give me 1 second. Okay. Let me see what is the best to go along with here. Okay. I see one. Package number 6. We're on 6 out of 16 for anyone just tuning in. That's right, 16 packages I didn't open in the last 3 weeks. Which, that 16 does not include the packages I did open in the last 3 weeks. Just because I needed a bunch of stuff from Amazon. Trying to try to recover. Alright. Just want to make sure everything is in here. Yes. Okay. Cool. We have got 6 rolls. Count them, 6 rolls of Fuji Superior 400. These are getting harder to get and more expensive, but also harder to get. Literally the cheapest place I was able to find this at this juncture was Urban Outfitters, which I found kind of weird, but you know, I'm not complaining. The problem then was that like Urban Outfitters took forever to ship this. They kept saying it was back ordered. Sorry for the delays, blah blah blah. But it was still like the most cost-effective place that you were available that had these available to buy. So I got 6 rolls. Typically I buy a lot more film and a lot more bulk, but I don't think I use Superior 400 or just any really 400 ISO film as much anymore, considering a lot of my work is done for concerts or I just want to boost up the higher ISO. 800 suits me best, and there's really only just a couple of film stocks in 800 that still exist and are commonly or somewhat commonly available. But I've noticed these don't work bad for concerts. It's just like, you know, I'd rather hit up 800 if I can. Back ordered, long shipping times, out of stock. No way there's any communities like that. Oh man. The weird thing about like film photography, when it comes to like all those things, is that like I don't know what to say. Like when it comes to like I guess the relationship between the hobbyists and like the vendors or retailers, it's like I feel like there's like less visibility. Like it's like I have no clue when one of my like top 2 film stocks is gonna restock. It's just like there's almost basically no communication, and it's just, like, it has to deal with like these film companies who are just trying to either exit the film production game, or just like trying to boost up the cost. So that's been kind of rough. In fact, so of my top two, it's that like one of them is still like it's just like wait or delayed till whenever it might be, completely indefinite. The other one was gone for a really long time too, and then it just came back in, but also again with like no real word on like when it was going to come back, but it just did. So okay, that was package number 6. Okay, what is next? All right, I guess while we're on the topic, so I'm gonna have to start getting up from my seat to grab some of these things, and it's like, for those who are just tuning in, I've kind of had these like back spasms, and so like whenever I like bend, it sometimes will just kind of like not really feel right. Get up out my seat, or when I'm just like bending over to pick something up. Sometimes when I turn, it doesn't feel quite right. So bear with me. I might be running a little slow and awkwardly here. Is this it? Got no clue. Hold up. I can work to determine this. FedEx. Yes, okay, this is what I think it is. All right. So this one is exciting. Package number 7 is actually related to the previous one. Oh my goodness. Not really what I expected here, but it's what it is. Bunch of packaging peanuts, so I had to like navigate through this, I guess. Oh my goodness. And it's just like I can't really like lift this out like super easily. So goofy. So goofy. Alright, I'm gonna grab a bag for these packing peanuts. I'm just hoping like I don't like spaz out like right in the middle. I actually went my first outing in 2 weeks yesterday with Ada, and things were going really well, and then just literally out of nowhere, I felt something that it felt like I had a spasm like on the spot, and I was like, man, I was like, I didn't fucking do anything. I was just sitting here. Alrighty. I am going to attempt to show this without doxing myself. Alright, here it is. We got 18, count them, 18 rolls of 35mm Cinestill 800T. This is like my pretty much most preferred film stock for... One second. This is my most preferred film stock for... Damn, that's a lot, yeah. For concerts. Sorry about that. I was trying to figure out something about the sound. Yeah, pretty sick. 18, like usually I try to shoot like 3 rolls at a concert. Sometimes I'll mix it up with my other favorite that's again out of stock right now, which is Portrait 800. But I just noticed that I think I like 800T just enough, and so 35mm gives me a lot of shots. 18 of these rolls means like it'll probably account best for like 6 official shows, I think. So yeah, it is kind of a lot. It's a lot to shoot, but it's what I aim for. So thanks, Chris. I'll take 5. Frank, welcome. All right. Still going through my list here. So that was package number 7. 7 of 16. Okay, okay, this one's related and it'll help uncover a few more things of what has happened in the last 3 weeks. So, I've been gone for 3 weeks, right? But I've only had COVID for 2. Or like, I got my positive COVID tests 2 weeks ago. So what happened during that last week? Well, just very specifically, I think I last streamed on a Thursday. So 3 weeks ago, 3 weeks in a day. So 22 days ago or something like that. So I was supposed to return the I think I last said like, oh, I'll come back on Tuesday. Wait a second. I'm gone until next Thursday. So I was supposed to come back a week later. I was actually, I flew out. I flew out to Vegas. Family's in Vegas, so I went to go celebrate my mom's birthday. And yeah, I don't know what to say other than like, it's Vegas. So like, I think that's where I got COVID. But the weird thing was that like my mom, my brother, nor Ada, none of them got COVID. It was like just me, which is confusing because, I was unmasked with them, like just when it was just us 4. I was unmasked with them the whole time, but I was the only one who caught it. So I found that like kind of weird. And I was like, I kind of have this strange theory, which was, I think a problem is, we went to like a really nice buffet. And I think one issue is that like in the age of COVID or even like pre-COVID, there's no such thing as like a hygienic buffet. Now, all 4 of us had gone to this buffet, but I was the only one who seemed to come down with, like the severity of COVID, that I did. And so my guess is that I very specifically remember some of the stuff that I ate, because I remember being like, oh, like there's like 2 things that like, that I was eating. I was like, oh man, I'm really into this. I'm going to go get a bunch of these. And none of the other 3 wanted it like at all. So I was just like, fuck, I think probably someone like must have like spat or sneezed all over this food or something. I don't know. And I was the only one that got it. Anyways, so we were there for probably a solid 48 hours or so. I took a pocket camera down. It was my my Contax T2. I have a T2 and a T3. I didn't bring my T3, which I normally would have, but I didn't because there was a roll inside of it that was less than half done. And I didn't want to run it through like TSA's x-rays just because that's how your film kind of like has the potential of getting ruined. So I brought my T2, which I don't like use as much anymore. And I brought a couple of rolls of film down. So when I'm going through TSA to get from the Bay Area to Vegas, and usually what I'll do is, which included that time, I hand over my film for them to hand inspect so that it doesn't go through the x-ray. Harder to do, I think, when you have the film loaded into a camera, so I didn't want to do that. So I usually take my film cameras empty, and then I hand it over, like I hand over the actual film itself to the TSA agents. So I did that. Everything was fine. I took a bunch of photos, while I was there. I only used one of my 2 rolls. On the way back, though, at Las Vegas Airport, I handed it over, and then I forgot to go and get it from the agent on the other side. They forgot to tell me. I forgot to ask them. Hey, I think it was both our fault. And I didn't realize it literally until I was back, like in the Bay Area. So I ended up giving them a call. I was trying to arrange something because my brother goes to Vegas a little bit more frequently than I do, and I was trying to get him to like go pick it up for me. He forgot. So then I went to go talk to them again over the phone, and they ended up mailing it to me, which is like a whole weird process. They asked me for like my FedEx account number, so I guess I had to generate one, and I guess I'm gonna get billed for this or something. But anyways, that's what this package was. Package number 8 was the 2 rolls of film that that night, and especially for a couple of days, I was like especially worried that like I wasn't gonna get these back. And with that said, it's that like these film rolls are not cheap, first of all. Second of all, I can't even get Portrait 800 right now just because of it's kind of just out of stock everywhere, like indefinitely. And then on top of that, I don't know, I like this little carrying case, so I thought all of this was just like gone, but I'm happy to get it back, and I'm happy it came in one piece and everything like looks fine. Hopefully everything's pretty good. So add this to the next tank that I'm going to be able to develop. I've just been like waiting for it, and I guess it finally arrived. So now I'm closer to a full tank now than I was before. So pretty slick. All right, Peter Poppins, I plan on buying a pocket camera next week. Right on. Just like, is there any you have in mind, or are you just planning on kind of doing a little digging at like camera stores? What's going on? Oof is right. Geez, so crazy. Okay. Next up. Okay, so there is this one package here that I want to open. Just kind of see how it looks. Because this one confused me a little bit. So I got this package that seems like it's large, but I was like, how can this be large? I don't anticipate that this item itself is large, and it doesn't feel like there's a lot of empty space in here, so I'm curious, but let's open it up and see. We are now going to be starting to approach more of the keyboard or gear-centric packages. What was that last one? I think the last one was number 8, so this is number 9. So we're on the good half at this point. Okay, I see what's going on here. All right, they're doing too much. They're doing too much. All right. Place the drop order. And I can spoil it. I don't know if you guys had noticed, but a few weeks back, Hammer Brother, what's going on? Welcome. A few weeks back, there was this like really incredible deal. What have I missed? We're on package 9 of 16. So we're on the good half of packages now. So anyone who's been here for the last 40 minutes listening to me talk about the first half of packages, thank you so much for bearing with me. Okay, we're on the good half package now. Okay, so I'll spoil this. A couple weeks ago, I think maybe at least one, but probably 2 weeks ago, I think, there was a actually really good deal on 2 weeks ago. There's a really good deal on GMK white on black. The problem, brand new sets, GMK white on black from Drop. The problem was that it's like kind of, there's a delay. Like, so getting in on that deal price meant like they're not going to ship it right away. Another issue that I found was that as good of a deal as it was, cool, I skipped the opening band. I mean, as good of a deal as it was, one of the issues is that like it was like so good of a deal that like it didn't trigger Drop's free shipping. so I'm just like looking around trying to figure out, okay, what can I add to this? And it's funny because like I added this item and then it actually shipped sooner. Like it's not like they even combined the shipping. So I'm just like, all right. So this is what I got confused by, was that like this thing I ordered is not supposed to be that big, but it came in this big shipping box, and I realized this thing that's not supposed to be big in its own packaging box also seems really unnecessary. But yeah, it was like 79, yeah. Okay, so here it is. I've never purchased these myself. I've used them, but like I've never purchased these from Drop It. These are Halo True switches, and I gotta tell you, just looking at this, it's just, why would they do this? Like really, like why would they do this? Just put them in a bag. Like who is asking for this? Like, are you kidding me? Like, anyways, so that's the story behind that. 70 Halo Trues. So much packaging, seriously. GMK White on Black on the way. Actually, probably very soon, so that'll be pretty cool. All right. None of these are really envelopes much anymore. They're mostly all boxes, so this room is about to get really messy. They really hate bent pins. Okay, what's next? Okay, here's one. Alright, still I'm tallying some of these things off. Give me 1 second. Okay. Alright. Alrighty. We got a package from Canon Keys. So check this out. I don't know which one I should show first. I guess I'll just show this first. Maybe this one might be the more exciting one, but I'll show it first anyways. I got 2 sets of Stabies. Clear PC Palm Stem Stabies. 2 sets. Round 2 or V2 or whatever. Next up, again, that was, I don't know if you guys noticed, but this was a pretty big package. I got myself a TKL. A TKL keyboard bag here. Now, one might be asking, why would you get a TKL bag, Chris? You're not even a TKL user. And the answer to that... TKL, what? Yeah, the answer to that is actually, it's kind of simple. Yeah, no, it's just a bag. Just a bag. That's weird. I don't know, it's weird. It's like, this block here, I guess it's supposed to be removable. And when you remove it, it's adhesive. But why? Did not anticipating that. All right, I'll just go and grab what I'm intending to put in here, because it might make a whole lot more sense. So 1 second. Alright, so I stowed this board away in a different bag. One that was just big enough. DIY, cut your own. Oh, I see. Cutting is a pain. I have something like this. Okay. Got it. Alrighty. Here it is. It's for the Piggy. I heard Piggies fit TKL cases. It's word on the street. Okay. So it does look as though... Oh, wow. It's kind of a lie. it's kind of a lie because I think even then this is still too tall for this, like, the cutout on the top. Yeah. So it's like you'd even need to cut down more of like the vertical sides, which is a little bit of a bummer, I gotta say. I threw this previously. Yeah, taller than it to you. I threw this previously into my Sangyo 60 bag, but like with no padding in it, because it's just like, well, what can I really do, you know? So that's weird, right? It's like, how much bigger can you go? I had Piggy's a great name for that. I think I was talking to Smilin, because I know Smilin down, he has a Piggy as well, and he said that he used one of the Monoke Kanban bags. And I wonder what the die cut insert there is like. Because I think he used a TKL one. Like a TKL Kanban. But man, I gotta say, this is like a little bit disappointing. But with that said, it's not like I don't have TX EO87 case would for sure fit. Okay, it's taller than a regular. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, I gotta say, this is like a little bit disappointing that this just doesn't fit. But this, I will like, you know, with a little bit of copium here, right? Like, this is not like a huge deal. Like, it's not a complete waste of money, because I do have non 60% boards that probably deserve to be in a nicer case. So at least that part of it just makes me think, okay, maybe it's not so much of a waste. Like, I could throw those nice boards in here. Presumably they're not as tall as a Piggy. So, but until we get to that point, another bag. And you know, okay, I gotta say this too. I was at this meetup. It was a couple months back. What was that meetup for? I think it was Lala. Lala was coming back up, and that's where I saw Smilin's Piggy. What happened was, I think it was Coward and a couple others were like making fun of me. They were making fun of me because like I brought a couple of boards, but not in like these like hard-ish zip bags. And it's just like I brought them in like a couple of cardboard boxes, and they were like making fun of me. I'm like, what? This is the big deal. It's not a big deal at all. So I'm just like, okay. I mean, I guess now I can like, if I'm bringing a big board, you know what this might actually work with is actually here. Hold up. While it's still out, gatekeeping. Yeah. Okay. There actually is one other board I want to test out in a case like this. So I am going to put this Piggy back into this padding-free Sangyo 60 case. I'm gonna go grab that other one, which is actually the one that I brought in a box that I got made fun of for. So, be back. Okay, here's the box. This is an accessories like sub box for an LG, like I think it's this the 1440p 144 hertz screen, which Ada has 2 of and I have 1 of. I don't know what I did with my personal box, but I think she gave me both of her like boxes like this. But I realized this is like a perfect size for like my Alice size keyboards, because these are very TKL like. And I'm gonna guess, yeah, so this does fit. Should we take out some of these inserts? Granted, oh, you gotta take off like kind of a lot. Oh, that kind of just tore. Let's see. Let me grab this thin one. And I guess that'll work. Cardboard box for a keyboard. I'd probably commend you for going out of your way to do that, but at the same time, it better be one damn good shoebox with padding. No, it's just some of these. And then, like, you know, I throw in like some foam in there, like a foam sheet or like a foam sleeve. But with that said, I think I might have shown this before, and I think I might have just shown this with the Piggy and the Sangyo case, as well as in a previous package opening. But I got these 20 by 20 microfiber cloths. They get like 3 for $10 off of like some third-party seller on Amazon. I'm guessing that these, you could probably get these like in super bulk, way cheaper, which would be really cool and really nice. But I don't know where. I don't know where you would go and do that. Yeah, what the hell? What do I do with those inserts? You guys know what I did with those inserts? Like all those spares? I just toss them? What do I do with them? Oh shit, they're right here. Okay. So one thing I think is like I could probably like line the top. There we go. So I'm guessing like a big part of it is you gotta actually throw the adhesive on so it kind of just like stays there, but for now, whatever, I don't care. There we go. Okay. BMAC now in a legitimate TKL bag. Feels good to me. All right. So that along with the stabies, the 2 kits of stabies, good to go. All right. So that was package number 10. Okay, I see the next one. Package number 11. Okay, hold up. Just real quick, I want to go back to talking about keyboards. So, first of all, I already established I was getting made fun of for like having my keyboards in boxes instead of these like nice keyboard like case bags. But then like you come to realize like fuck. Like if I wanted to nicen up my collection, like the idea of using a keyboard bag for every single one of my keyboards seems excessive, considering some of them are, you know, some of them are definitely more budget than others. But like whether or not they are, it's that like I have a lot of keyboards. So like I'd be spending what is probably like thousands on bags. Like of all different sizes and stuff. Um, just to like make it nice. And then like they're obviously they're padded. You're talking like 80 or 100 per case. Yeah, no, especially yeah, because like I don't think they're like 80 to 100 per case necessarily, but they get really close to it after like shipping, for sure. So yeah, it's kind of nuts. And like I don't like I'm in the Bay Area, like San Francisco Bay Area, so it's not like I can go to like a vendor and then just like try to do like a local pickup or anything. It's a lot, right? It's a lot. So, but yeah. With all of that said, on top of that, another thing is that like they make them kind of, they make them nice, but they make them kind of bulky too. Like, I mean, it's just like part of the, I guess the science of just keeping it safe is that there's, room for the die cut padding inserts. And it'll make the case that big, which means that like it's even less space efficient than the cardboard boxes I use. So it's like, oh, there's like a lot of things that like kind of go against you. Anyways. All right. Okay, so this one is kind of a funny one. I've been meaning to order this. I really wanted to order this in May. I can just spoil it. It's those cool 313 PCBs. So he made a version 2 of it. It used to be called the NOP60, and now it's called the SNOP60. And the second revision is super sick. Because and here are the accompanying 3U stabilizers. What makes it super sick is there's actually like rotary encoder positionings for these now. So you can like solder in rotary encoder stuff, encoders to them. I think there was a couple other things that like they just kind of showed. Let's see if we can look it up. SNOP60. There we go. Okay, 2 rotary encoder locations. I think these flex cuts are new. I think what's okay. Let me bear with me while I explain to you why this story is kind of stupid. But the PCB itself is cool, but the story is stupid. Here's the story. I bought 3 of these a long time ago. The NOP. They call it not ortho PCB, and then the S is the version 2, still not an ortho PCB. But I bought the V1 NOP 60s a while back, 3 of them, 2 of them with top left connectors and 1 of them with JST. I thought it was such a good idea, but it's like I was just like, fuck, I only have 3 of them. I don't want to waste them right now. So I still haven't used any of them. And especially I didn't want to waste them considering that like I had no 3U setups. Like I didn't at the time. Like I had the 3U I had these 3U wires, stabilizers. But I didn't have any 3U keycaps at the time, so I'm just like, I'm not gonna waste these on 7U boards right now. But I look at this in general like it's a DZ60 killer. Like the NOP60, you buy it at $45. DZ60 is like 38. For $7 more, you're talking 313 capabilities, but you're also talking way less Swiss cheese, way less. Oh my goodness! Like look how easy it looks to just like actually use this. So I was just like, I want to wait till I amass like a collection of these before I like start using them, because I want to go in like head first into like trying out the whole 313 situation that's in front of us. So I want to be able to do that, but I was still waiting on when I'd be able to do that. Right now I have the 313 keycaps, which is cool, but I have no plates. So right now the only way I could possibly consider using this is like, say for example, like plateless tray builds, because I don't otherwise have like non-tray plateless builds. I needed to wait for my plates to get cut, which is another aspect of this story. A lot of the last 3 weeks I've spent inside, and some of it, like a lot of it was just like trying to catch up on stuff. I knew I couldn't really stream without just going into these crazy coughing fits, which I'm realizing I'm surprised right now. Like I haven't gone into a crazy coughing fit yet tonight, I don't think. But I was just like trying to just sit around in sort of solitude and just catch up on stuff, which included the fact that I never got my plates cut. So separate story, just while we're on the subject of on the topic of this, but not necessarily the packages. I had like 2 streams in like April and May, I think, to like work towards getting these 313 plates cut. But I kept finding myself in situations like, oh man, there's still more I need to do. There's still more I need to do. I was finally able to sort of knock them out maybe like a week in. And what ended up happening was 2-1, who sometimes comes by the stream, was helping me out with a Compax MX-11800 plate, which has nothing to do with 313, but it's just a plate that I want so that I don't have to go plateless. So this plate would just like float in the case. But the problem is that like the case construction means you actually need 4 distinct plates just to actually have the switches all be plate mounted in them. So what I ended up noticing was that like there were configurations where like I would try to construct a Pinoco order. And it's just like, oh my God, it was just so exorbitantly expensive. So one thing then I tried doing was I like connected the plates together to the point where there was just like a 1 millimeter by 1 millimeter square that I would just anticipate having to like cut off in some way. Say, for example, using my stupid ass like wire cutters. And I talked to some people that were like, that's not a bad idea, but I don't think wire cutters will do it. Like they were just like, you should probably get a Dremel or something. I was like, all right, this might be the time I get a Dremel. So I constructed these plates where I'd put these things together. And then I submitted the order. And then like a week later, Pinoco comes back to me saying like, hey, we were starting to look at this, you know, to queue it up. We're not going to do this for you. Just separate them. They're just like, just separate them. And then like, just redo your order. I was like, fuck, okay. So I cut them apart and I'm just like, I'm trying to load it into my order. Like I'm uploading these files to my order. Like, fuck, this is going to be so expensive. And then I come to realize that Pinoco is really weird. I don't know if you guys ever used Pinoco to like, you know, cut plates or anything before. Pinoco is really weird. It turns out that like they have like bulk discounts. So it's just that like one plate will be like $40, but then like 5 plates will be like 100 or something, right? Which is a good deal, but like who's gonna use these plates that I'm cutting? So it'd just be me. So I'm just like, it's still more cost efficient to pay $40 for one plate. But what's weird about Pinoco is that like the price is determined by your design. The price is also determined by the material and also the thickness of that material. And then the price also seems to be determined by a number of other just weird factors that kind of don't make any sense. When you start adding like a bunch of items to your Pinoco cart, like there's this like, they give you what to me looks like a really arbitrary discount that they just like label as like discount for multiple designs. And what's really weird is that like, as you start adding items to your cart, like this number goes like the discount gets bigger, but then it can also get smaller. And it to me makes like no sense. I don't really understand it. So what I then realized is that like, I started noticing that like, okay, when I started cutting down my order into all of these individual plates instead of like all these plates that are sort of tabbed and melded together, like I noticed that you can kind of like game your Pinocchio cart. Like depending on like what you're doing, like you can just increase your discount. It's really weird. One thing I noticed was that like 6061 aluminum, I think is supposed to be like higher quality than 5052. I think those are the numbers. But what I noticed is that like you throw them into your cart and then like the line item price is like more, but for some reason the discount is way bigger and like outweighs like, you know, the price difference. Like it actually outweighs the price difference of the like lesser material 5051. And then on top of that, like it's just like there was one weird ass configuration I noticed where there was a point where I was doing something in my cart where when I started increasing the quantity to like 2 or 3 of one specific item, the discount was like beating out the whole price increase. It was like bizarre. It was super bizarre. So I was just like, what the fuck? Anyways, at the end of it, I was able to just like remake my order and it was almost the same price as the one I had before. But like all of the, cheat codes, I don't really understand it. It's like, it's so arbitrary. Like they must have some kind of calculation or formula for it that's just like really like opaque to their customers because that's how it is. But anyways, I now have all of my plates like just distinct from each other. And they're not all tabbed together, connected together. I'm not going to have to use like stupid wire cutters. I'm not going to have to use I'm not going to have to buy a Dremel yet again. I'm not going to need it for right now. So I was able to do it and it was like basically almost the same price. But that was after I actually increased the quantity of a couple of the plates because I realized some of the plates that I cut are actually kind of universal. So I'm realizing, wait a second, I could give these away to you guys. Like these might be useful to some of you, like in some ways. And we'll see when it gets here. I think it's supposed to get here in like 2 weeks or something. And we'll find out. Nice, Chico's. I find Senkan set like 10% cheaper, but they also make more manufacturing errors. But is Sencut Send still 10% cheaper even after you game your Pinocchio cart? I think that's the key, is that like, I don't know how many people out there are gaming their Pinocchio carts. It's so arbitrary, so bizarre. Okay. Anyways, okay. So, going back to this, because I totally went off on a tangent here. Can you demonstrate right now? Ooh. I want to hack my Pinocchio. So, one of the things about my Pinocchio orders are that, like, I have basically, like, one quantity of, like, many designs in one order. So, I don't know how common that is among people who use like laser cutting services. You know what I mean? And like single quantities of like individual designs, but in different materials. So I can try to demonstrate. Let me just see if I can show this to you guys and hopefully not dox myself. Because, you know, it's probably going to happen, but we'll fucking whatever. Okay. So here are my designs, right? So, Moon Operator, what's going on? We're talking about gaming Pinocchio. Which I hope Pinocchio's not watching right now. But I'm figuring, it's weird, right? Like, I don't know what people, like, use Pinocchio for. I just know it in the confines of the keyboard space. So I'm just like, are most of their orders keyboard stuff? Or is, like, 0.01% of their orders keyboard? Like, do people use Pinocchio for things that are not keyboards and, like, we just think it's popular, whatever. Anyways, I hope Panoga's not watching this, but watch this, guys. So I made these 4 MX 11800 plates. I had to kind of redo some of the work that 2-1 did, just because like I was noticing a few things when I actually whipped out the actual physical board. So there's 4 of those, and then here's what I'll just kind of mention, and these are the spoilers here. I got a plastic, or I'm doing this BMEC plate, I'm doing an HB60 plate, but then I have the situation with Y6 and Sangyo 60, which is that they're half plates, but I've also separately created inner alpha plates. And the idea is one that I've stolen from watching Alex Odos, who said, how come no one's tried this? And I was just like, okay, well, I guess I'll steal the idea from Alex Odos and try it. So shouts out to Alex Odos. But anyways, here's also another quick thing I just want to mention is I did some kerf accommodations whereby the bigger the kerf means like the smaller the cutout. And I did that for designs that I wanted to get cut in plastic. And then ones that were, I intended to get in metal. I had the cutouts be a little bit bigger by reducing the curve. So anyways, so that's the situation here. So like all of my file names, all these SVGs are all labeled as like, here's what the kerf is, 1.5 versus 2, or 0.15 millimeter versus 0.2 millimeters. And then I also gave the corresponding what material was I planning on using for it. Looks like I have a duplicate here. I'm just going to delete one. Okay. So here's like, I'll show you. I'll go through this. And we're like over an hour into the stream and we're not even finished opening the packages. But you know, I'm realizing this is what this stream is going to be. So, you know, here we are. Okay. Plastic. So I think this is the BMEC that we're trying to do in plastic. I'll reduce this filter. I think I did this in like white Delrin. I choose 1.5. So there it is. $42 for this plate. I think this one specifically ends up, it just ends up kind of being this expensive. And it's same thing with the HB60, which I'll do also again in white Delrin. Same thing, about $42. But the other ones are where it gets kind of okay. I'm trying not to go to a place where I end up showing like a bunch of doxable information. $42. Yeah, no, I mean, they're like bigger plates and they're also kind of very bizarre ones too. So it's like I kind of get it, but yeah, it's pricey. But the other ones are where it goes nuts. So here I had some of these like combined plates. So I was trying to do a Y6, the outer would be plastic and then the inner would be metal. A Sangyo 60, the outer would be metal and then the inner would be plastic. So they would be like vice versa. So one thing I tried doing at the time was tabbing the opposite inner outers with each other, so that I could do like one cut in that material with like no waste. So I was trying to do that and then they said, don't do that. I also combined all of the MX 11800. They said, don't do that. So then I had to go and make, you know, all the rest of these 8 plates the way these are. So here's the alpha. Let's point this out. Okay, this is not the right material. We're going to do this in metal. So here's the weird thing. So I had always thought, and I guess like maybe it's just flat out not true. I don't know. I'd always thought that 5052 was cheaper than 6061. And we can look at this, right? 5052, but in 1.6 millimeters, 3134. It's weird that they don't want you to combine it. Yeah, I don't know. They're just like, hey, we're not doing this. Adjust your designs. Okay, this is 3134 for 5052. And my understanding is that 6061 is like quote unquote better. This is 3492. So which one was more? I forgot. So this is almost $35. 5052 is almost or a little over 31. So it's a little cheaper, right? But one thing I noticed is that like if you add this to your cart, and I swear, man, I hope I don't dox myself here. Okay, there's this like arbitrary discount for multiple designs. Okay, so watch this. My order is 107.06, right? Let's see what happens. I'm not 100% sure what's going to happen, but let's just see what happens. I changed this to 6061. And again, let's recall here, my cart is 107. I'm going to add this to my cart. And then I'm going to remove this guy. That's the 5052. Okay, so it's still a little bit more. But again, I just wanted to point out, it was really weird because the more stuff that I was starting to add, it's just like, this is where the game came in. Okay, so let's continue along here. Material, I guess, let's just go along with this. So this thing is going to be $15 for like an arrow cluster. And then look at this. It's like when you buy 5 of them, it's like $20. I think it's because they do a lot of other orders in one go. There's plugin software that lets you put multiple designs on one sheet and maximize usage. That's what I was thinking. That's actually what I was thinking. Like it had to have been like just like material maximization. But I found it kind of weird though that like they would not want to do the tabbing thing between like the half, like the half plate and the alpha plate. Is like, they're just like, don't do that. Okay. Material design. All right, let's keep the ball rolling here. 2246. Okay. I think the numpad's the last one. Okay. If you have a big piece, it makes it more awkward them to fit more, I guess. It is weird. Yeah. Okay. Plastic. Okay. So here's the situation. These alpha plates, I realize these could probably fit in any half plate. There is a difference though between the Y6 and Sangyo, which is that like the OG designs, like fillets, were different. So like I actually just made them different, but I don't think it matters in a general sense. You guys tell me, but I don't think it matters. Like if you're just throwing this in any board, like who cares, right? The tabbing thing, you mean like how Heine 3/4 plate does it? Lana likes thick. Welcome. I'm not sure what Heine does on the 3/4 plate. But the tabbing thing I was trying to mention is, and I can show this real quick. Let's go back to these designs. Here's what I did. This is what I did. So you gotta look at this and just see if this is really goofy or not. But I basically added a 1x1 square here. And the idea was just that I was going to cut this out and then use this inner plate for a different board's half plate. Does that make sense? Wait, what the fuck? They didn't let you do that? Yeah. I'll pull up my message that I got from Mr. Pinocchio or Mrs. Pinocchio. All right, here, I'm going to paste it in chat. We just did a manual check of your designs and found... Wait. Hold up. Wait. This is what they said.
We've just done a manual check of your designs and found some that cannot be made just yet. We're unable to cut the metal designs which have been tabbed together. Are you able to separate each part into its own file and resubmit your order?
Yeah, that's what they said to me. I heard it with my own ears. So anyways, yeah, they said don't do this. And so I was just like, fuck it, fine, all right. So anyways, so here's what I did. This is Sangyo 60, this is plastic, all right. We're still on metal, aren't we? Okay, metal, we'll do this, correct, blah, 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 all right. Cool. Same thing should be here, I think, for this design. Metal, material, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. And then I guess we'll just go back. All right, so real quick, one thing about plastic, specifically like the Delrin Palm, is that like they actually added a new they added a new color. They added green, but it's like more expensive. So I'm just like, well, why the fuck would I do that? So I just got everything kind of white. Okay, so that's the Y6 mods, and then finally the Sangyo alphas also should be in plastic. Correct. Okay, so here's my order. One of everything. Pinocchio is gaming you. Okay, so look at this. This ended up being about the price of my previous order. Which was, the ones with everything tabbed together. So I'm just like, okay, well, at least now I don't have to fucking ruin my own product when I get it in, because I'm probably going to if I were to cut my own tabs. Chris, sorry I've been here for a minute, but keyboard was in pieces. How are you doing? I'm doing good. I appreciate you coming here, and welcome. Everybody welcome. Mango Head, they did not go into more specifics. So I'm doing good. I had COVID, which was really, really particularly aggressive for about 5 days. I gotta tell you guys, one thing I didn't mention earlier is that, like, I think it was like day 3 and 4. It was hard to fall asleep and really easy to be woken up because of my cough and my my sore throat. Especially like day 3. I woke up to my own sore throat and I was like scared. Like I was like legitimately like scared. Like the first thought in my mind was like, oh shit, is it winning? like I was like, fuck, like do I need like more attention than I'm giving myself right now? But like I tried to power through, and I mean I made it through, so it's good. Yeah, no, it was just like I'd never had a sore throat like that before. Like it was just like, yeah, that was crazy. And there's like nothing was helping it. Like it was mad. But anyways, I'm good now. I've been good since like, day 6, 7-ish, and it's like what, day like 15 now or whatever. I've just had this like residual cough, but that's also been slowly going away. I don't think I've had a coughing fit during the stream, which is really surprising. Whereas I knew that like maybe like 5 days ago it would have been really bad. So 12 level serial killer. Hey, 12 level serial killer. First person to say it here, guys. Yeah, we got a giveaway today. So you guys can look at that. You guys can Google that, or I could pull it up on a page, or I could just show you because it's like over here. Where the fuck I put it? I had it. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, I got a giveaway tonight. I've like switched topics like 3 times already. Like we've already sidetracked super bad. I'm so glad you're here, doing well now. Being MIA for so long, having time, a bit worried. Yeah, no, it was just really especially gnarly. But I mean, it was the aftermath of it too is like. I didn't want to stream if I knew I was going to just be like coughing the whole time. I don't want to be like real gross. I'm just like spitting into a trash can. like I just thought it would do like it's not really appealing. But it was also good to just like, it was also, I mean, truthfully, like my opportunity to kind of take a little break, and just to take a little breather here. So yeah, I mounted the keycaps, EPBT caps I got from you. They're nice. Right on. Nice. Sinvec, did I lose my sense of taste? I did not. So that was an interesting thing is, I was looking this up. That severe sore throat, I think is something that people were saying is really indicative of the Omicron, variant, which, started getting really big, like in the winter of last year. Whereas like previous variants like Delta from last summer and just the ones before that, those are the ones that were more apt to have you lose your sense of taste, but they weren't evolved to be so aggressive on your throat. Yeah. So I was like looking at that, I was like, oh, this makes so much more sense because I was in Vegas. Like, yeah, these people, like, I feel like the people there are probably still, just dealing with all of the winter stuff. But I'm also guessing because like this was my first time getting COVID. I don't know like if people have had it more than once across variants or whatever, but I'm just guessing that like the losing sense of taste, I'm not sure. Like, my guess, and it's just a guess, that's my disclaimer, is that like that part is probably less common because Omicron has been the dominant variant for like the last 6 months, 6-7 months. That's my guess, but I don't know. I live in Vegas. I feel like places like Vegas, and I mean, like, I'm in San Francisco, so it's like, I'm not gonna say like, you know, it's a whole lot better or anything in terms of like just like density of people. Just like your proneness to get like sick is like probably just higher among these like high density places. So but I think like especially in other places that are more lax, like Vegas is just like, oh man, it must be like rampant there. So Mango Head, but okay, let me catch up on some of these messages here. Mango Head, so yeah, presumably you're not using an HHKB layout because it doesn't have HHKB kitting. But for anyone who's not me, probably would look at these like, oh, these are pretty nice. Also, I'm presuming hopefully you're using like 7U. Because I think the 7U legending is nicer than the 6.25U mod legending. So just... But yeah, glad you like it. I think like that era of ePBT legending is just like... It was really, really good if you're like very specific on certain layouts. No, full size... I see. Okay. That's really fortunate. I would be so sad about losing my sense of taste. Lion likes it thick. One of my friends lost their sense of smell along with the taste. Whoa. Logic makes sense. People pretty stupid here, to be honest. I just know a few people lost their sense of taste and it hasn't returned. I love tasting things. I heard about that too, where people were like 8 months to a year in and still couldn't taste things. I'm like, oh man, that sucks. But on the other hand, I'm just like, yeah, that'd be really good because then you could just like eat a bunch of healthy stuff that tastes bad. Then you'd actually like get healthier. Okay. I'm gonna go on like my 4th tangent at this point. And we're gonna slowly unwind. Okay, so tonight's giveaway. This is a I haven't used this in a while. This is a Base Object 05 camera stand. I have a bunch of cameras, and I thought this would be nice for them, but I honestly think that the cameras that I have, design-wise, I don't think this fits like quite as well as, like, say for example, some of like the like older manual SLRs, like your Canon A1s or your Nikon F3s, stuff like that, or you're just like rangefinders. Meanwhile, like I have like more modern like SLRs, so I just don't think this is as appropriate at this point. You can see it's kind of dusty. I just haven't used it in a long time, so I'll clean this up a little bit. But this is like a pretty nice piece of just a nice piece of engineering here, for anyone who's interested in a nice camera stand and just like a little showpiece here. But I'll clean this up for you guys, and it's not too shabby of a thing. You can look it up here if you guys are interested. And we'll be giving this away a little bit later on in the stream. So gimme. They type with pencils out here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is what we got going on, and if time permits, and depending on how we're gonna how I figure we're gonna run some of these giveaways. Oh, that's my first cough. We'll see if we want to do more giveaways past that, but they may be more or less junky than this, probably more junky than this, but y'all enjoy it. So give me like 1 second. I gotta be right back. I'll tell you guys what I've done after I get back in the next 20 seconds. Okay, I'm back. I had a hangnail on my kinky. So I'm just like, this has been bothering me for like the last like 20, 30 minutes. Okay. Where was I? Okay. I guess we're going back to this thing. Okay. So here is our here's our cart. And so here's one of everything, right? Let's see. When you add one of everything, like the list price line items, you'll see at the very bottom here, I actually got $100 discount. And I was like, what? That's crazy. Okay. So real quick, here's an alternative. I want to show you guys something. What I'll instead do is I'll pick up all of these aluminum ones and I'm going to change them to 5052 and just test something out here, because I noticed something a little strange, and maybe I'm not sure if I did something wrong at that point. But we were at like, what was it, 203 or 204 or something? Okay. I'm going to go through and change these all to 5052. Look, this price actually went up. And like I don't know. I just hear that 5052 or 6061 is better than 5052. This price went up here because this was 1467. It's confusing. Do you have to work? Gotta work for the main card. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna update this again. 5052. Confirm, add to cart, delete that. Yeah, look at that. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but the 5052 is more expensive. $21.75. All right, bear with me, because this is just going to be like an interesting exercise once we get through it. I promise you. Okay, look at that. This is actually like $8 more. Like there's lesser of a discount. We shop in. Oh no, I'm just showing. I actually placed this order already. Excuse me. I placed this order already, but I'm just showing, like, it seems like you can game Pinocchio. Like there's this aspect of it where it's like you can save money based off of what you're doing and what Pinocchio's doing. And they don't make it transparent like at all. But again, I remember I was doing some stuff that confused the hell out of me. So if I update this to like 2, there was like, I remember I got to a point where I changed one of these to 3 and I changed another one to 2, and it ended up being cheaper. And I was like, what the hell? And I don't know if I'll find that combo again, because again, it was weird. Very strange. Bitter Seeds, welcome. 12 level Slayer Color, everybody who's here, welcome. Welcome. Look at this. Like, I don't know. You add more and it's like, they give you something that looks like a bulk deal even between 1 and 5, but then they also increase the discount. So I'm just like, even like, though it's not doing that thing that I was mentioning where it's like it got cheaper by increasing your quantity, you can still see that like this, it's like, it's a better deal than it's even trying to explain to you when you're like actually trying to add a design to your cart. So it's like, it's weird, right? So like this one's 32. When I increase it to 2, the order now is $18 more, but then the discount got bigger. So like, look, what the fuck is this? Wait, there you go. Even just right here, right off the bat. Look at this. Did you see this shit? Look at this shit. Look, I'll buy one of them and it's 211. I buy two of them, it's 208. I'm telling you guys, there's something weird with Pinocchio and Mango Head or anyone else who uses Pinocchio. Keep this in mind as you try to, like, you know, find out how you guys want to cut plates or whatever. Keep this in mind because you could potentially do something that really benefits your price, your order price. Super weird, right? You get an extra for free? No, you don't even get an extra free. You get an extra and you get paid for it. Look at this. Look at it. Like, increase this. This is $2 more. But actually the discount didn't even really increase there that much. But yeah, it's weird. Anyways, this is what I saw, and this is all this is the point that I was just trying to make by doing all this. Okay. All right, so that's my Pinocchio story. That's my Pinocchio story. All right. Again, also, okay, so one of the things that has happened here is that these alpha areas, I actually ordered multiple. So that for anyone out there who uses half plates, who wants to try the floating alpha plate, I'll run some giveaways. So yeah, I gotta do that. So yeah, I think it's a factor of just you have so much different stuff. Like for me, in this particular case, I have like 10 distinct items in my cart. Like, I think the more variation you have in your cart, the higher the likelihood you'll have to get weird shit like this to happen. And so, like, just really quick, looking back at this is tricky. Like, they made this very tricky, in my opinion. One is $15. 5 is 5 per. When I looked at that, I personally thought that it was 15 for up to 4. It's not. It's most definitely not, because look at this. Here's our discount, right? 91.67. When I increase this to 2, like, it went up like just a little bit, but then the discount also increased. So it's just like, dude, they're like, how do I put this? They are making it too smart as a way to possibly benefit their customers in a way that makes no sense. And I hope Pinocchio's not watching this, but if I were Pinocchio, I don't know why they wouldn't just do the thing I said, which is to make 4 of these, like make it $15 for up to 4. I don't know why they don't just do that. That would make more sense, but I am not gonna complain. Okay, so that's my Pinocchio story. All right, going back now. Package number 11. 11 of 16. Package number 11 of 16 is this SNOP 60 PCB, which allows for 313 spacing, which I needed to get my plates cut for, lest I would only be able to use this for plateless tray mounts. So 2 streams in April and May, and I still wasn't done. I was able to finish my plate designs for Pinocchio, like my Pinocchio order, maybe about a week or 2 ago. I placed that order. We had to redo that whole situation. It's supposed to come in 2 weeks, and then we'll finally be able to use either my NOP 60 PCBs that I ordered from before, or these new SNOP 60 like V2 versions of these PCBs. Once those plates come in, we'll be able to happily use them. But one thing I also wanted to mention here is that for anyone just tuning in, there's rotary and quarter cut mounts here for this. So that's also just separately a cool thing. I think one thing I have to sort of realize is, one, I've never really used a rotary encoder outside of the Pandora rear one. And 2 is that, like, when it comes to actually getting the cosmetic knobs, I guess it has to be very specifically like a 1 unit keycap sized version of this if this is going to sit between 2 3 unit space bars. So that's something I have to consider. Now, if anyone has any advice, I think someone mentioned before that the rotary encoder is being used as a very specific like Alps part, like an Alps, knob encoder thing. But actual knobs, if you guys have any, again, advice on where to get those, that like cool ones that are 1 unit, holler at me. So, okay. So, package number 11 complete. As we gone off on this 30-minute tangent. It seems like a weird sheet usage percentage thing. I don't get it though. Yeah. That's had to have been what was going on in my mind. I suggested it to Ada and she was like, yeah, that has to be it too. But again, none of us get it. Okay. All right. Let's throw this right here. You guys can see it. Also, you might have noticed I moved the table that has the copy stand from back there to over here. This used to be a nice standing space, but I was hardly ever standing there. So I just moved it there. Just makes it way easier for me to scan my film now. So that's where that is. And now there's like nothing behind me. So I got to figure out how to fill that space at some point. Excuse me. Okay. Package number 12. 12 of 16. I gotta figure out what package number 12 of 16 is. Okay. So we have 5 packages left. One of them is keyboard related. So here's my spoilers. One of them is keyboard related. 3 of them are camera related, and the last one's a surprise. So I think we're gonna do our last keyboard one at this point, because the camera ones get crazy. Alrighty. Box cutter. Alright, this one is, I guess, a little bit exciting, I think. Exciting-ish. It's exciting. I'm not even going to say exciting-ish. It's exciting. Okay. All right, from Novel Keys, we got Serica 2. I'm being totally honest here, I was very, very much a victim of hype. I saw a lot of people saying like, oh man, Serica is a cop. And I was like, I don't know, like too many people are saying like it's a good looking set, so I guess I should get it. And I bought it, and then like it wasn't immediately, but I was just kind of like, okay, I kind of regret it now, because I'm just like, do I even really like it? I'm not even sure. I'm not even 100% sure I really like it, but I already bought it and now it's here. But as much as I've just explained that whole story, I actually ended up getting a rekindled interest. I ended up getting a rekindled interest in this, so let me show you why. I got a rekindled interest to actually maybe consider, I might actually use this. Guys, check this out. Extras are up. And the macro expansion kit, I only bought the base. This is one of the few kits I bought where I've just bought a base only. But the macro expansion kit, look at this. Look at this, guys. 2 3U bars. 2 3U bars. It is now 100% more usable. Now that I could throw it on a 313 build. So, there we go. And I guess I'll just have you guys know, spoiler alert, I did end up buying this, and I actually bought a bunch of other. I wasted a lot of money on new keycaps, like in-stock keycaps today on novel keys. If anyone wants me to spoil it, I'll spoil it, or you get surprised whenever it comes in. Killer Bee, welcome. I don't like it either. Dark Mode Media, welcome back. Welcome, guys. I like the alpha colors. Yeah, I hear that. It's kind of like beige-ish. This is funny. Personally, I think via this reasoning, glad I'm not the only one. The in-stock on all the keys is always so tempting. M1XXYY. Mixie. Do you want me to... I forget. Is it pronounced Mixie? Or should I pronounce every single character there? Yeah, the in-stock on novel keys is great. 100%. I think novel keys in stock is... personally, of the big vendors, I think that they have like the best selection. I think just one fluid word is cool. All right. A beige out kit that makes mods the same color as alphas would be sick. I would also argue that the opposite, making the alphas the same color as mods, but I think that ends up just being Greg with the regular kit. Which I think Gregory hopefully is shipping soon too. So here's a base, and then here's extensions. The Canon keys PBT alternatives are kind of hot. I saw I think it was Canon keys, right, that does Noel. So Noel I think is the most exciting one, I think, from Canon keys. Yes, in production now. Hell yeah. The funny thing about Greg is that, like, I bought it because you can turn it normal. Cause like I'm just like, this is so stupid. Like I don't know how to put it any better than that. It's so dumb. Like I get that a lot of people want to meme it, but I'm just like, this is dumb. So it's just like, I bought this with the sole purpose of using it with the extension kit. Like just actually using it right. Okay. So with that was actually not the only thing in this package number 12. I actually also got a Salvin cap. I don't know if I want to open it or at least open it yet. But the one I got, I believe, I can't lie, I don't remember which one I got. I have to look it up. I got the black one. Mikibo, update as of 6:30. GMK is asking me to reconfirm the shipping address, but they're not telling me what they're shipping. What? Is that like a real update? Yeah, how really you got the Psychos or Decimat? No. Okay. All right. So, Serica, Salvin. There we go. All good. Okay. All right. Oh boy. I don't even know which one to do next. Maybe just in the order, I got it. Okay, let's do this. I have something here that I'm not gonna lie, I am very, very, very excited about. And I think I've talked about it on stream, I think. And bear with me, guys. For those just tuning in, one of the other, I don't know if it's a side effect, but I spent a lot of the last 2 weeks bedridden, and I'm not sure if it's that, or if it's just, you know, badness in myself, but I seem to have gotten like some kind of back spasms. So moving around is a lot more challenging and slow, and I'm just sitting here hoping it's not because I'm just like getting older and fatter, but that it's just a thing that'll pass. So you might hear me grunting as I try to bend over to pick up these packages. All right, there is a packing list on this package that is right over the tape, so I want to take it out and not cut it up. I know I haven't gotten it because it's GMK, but it would be really funny. Wait, Hammer Brother, you're not very much a GMK person? Are you like anti-GMK? Very exciting. Very exciting. No, I'm a PBT. I see. I assume that while sick, you spend a ton of time in bed. That has caused me to get increased back spasms. For a hot second, I thought you said my staying in bed caused you to get more back spasms. I was like, I did that to you? I shine it too fast. I don't like how they feel. I see. Okay. Guys, this is going to be nuts. This package has 2 boxes in it. Presumably, they don't have any of my info. 2 boxes within the big box. Alright guys, I'm about to flip this over, show y'all what it is. I can't really see it. We got a Refurb Z6 II and a Z2470 2.8. Both refurbed, but you know, I'm cool with it. To me, it's new. Off work, by the way. Now I can watch. Right on, right on. Guys, this is nuts. I've been watching, and I was so lucky to have waited because so Nikon about every 4 to 6 weeks seems to do these like refurb sales, and the previous one, it's like like what they'll do is like they'll throw big discounts on certain refurb items, and then for all other refurb items they just throw like a blanket 10% off. And the last one I was thinking of using like that blanket 10% off on a Z6 II, but I was like, fuck, I don't want to spend money on this right now. I ended up waiting till about last week when another one of these refurb sales came up, and then they offered the big discount specifically on this one that I wanted. So I'm just like, holy shit. Cool. Are refurb Nikon stuff pretty reliable? I would presume so. My first foray into like, you know, something that resembled photography, like a not non-photography. I don't know why I'm saying that way, but my first camera here was a refurb Nikon. It's this, what I'm using as a face cam now, which is my my D7200 crop frame Nikon DSLR. Okay. Oh, it's okay. So here's where the refurb of it, part of it comes in. It's like this, you can tell it's just like packaged very bizarrely. What's the price tag? I think retail is $2,000. So the what I kind of recall was I think refurb, they put it down to like, must have been like $1,850 or so. And then if I were to have used my 10% on the one about like a month and a half ago, that would have taken it down to like 185 subtracted from 1850, maybe about like 1700-ish, right? 1650 to 1700-ish. But this time around, they dropped the refurb price on this item specifically with the blanket 10% on everything else. But this was dropped to 1500. Meanwhile, the 2470 f2.8, same. They did it on both the last one and this one, but on both the last one and this one, it's like a 4-day refurbished sale. This would sell out on both days on the first of the 4 days. So this guy right here, I think retail like new is somewhere over 2,000. Refurb was 2,000, and then on the sales was knocked down to 1,500. So big span between these two things, but like this was actually something that I've been kind of trying to like actively gear for, just because I feel like I wanted something better to drive when I'm shooting concerts, for when the digital coverage is needed. Look, another quick just side note is that like I have a, I was able to get connected, and I'm fortunate and happy to be shooting for Golden Voice. One of my motivations is to try to become like a stronger photographer, obviously, a stronger film photographer, and try to do concert photography on film, which is I don't see as like super commonly done just among, say for example, at least the loudest or the most visible photographers who are out there. I typically don't see a whole lot of concert film photographers. So I usually bring both a film and a digital, like SLRs, especially considering that like film kind of doesn't work with what Golden Voice needs out of me, which is like same night coverage. So I'm still shooting digital kind of like as an assignment almost. And I think this is going to help a lot just with the kind of coverage I'm getting in terms of like quickness to focus, just like focal length of what I'll need when I'm in the pit. I think it's gonna like eye tracking on the body. I think there's so much of this that I think is gonna benefit me a lot, and I think that's gonna be really great. Meanwhile, I think I'm also gonna like reduce the number of responsibilities of this guy up here that I use as my overhead, which is my D750 DSLR, and maybe possibly relegate this to film scanning, and I don't know if you guys have noticed behind me, but I set up behind the tapes that are sitting on a laptop stand, I set up one of the other like camera arm mounts so that I could consider like putting either the D750 or the this new Z6 II on a shoulder cam. And I feel like it's just like really cool to be able to use one of these arms rather than like have to stand up a tripod just to save so much space. So that's what I'm like currently considering doing. Also, I think that would help for maybe, say for example, production of like YouTube videos and stuff like that too. So that's like a real exciting thing. And so now I have kind of these two cameras that I can sort of like share more responsibilities with and not have to worry so damn hard about like, trying to like tax my D750 so much between scanning, overhead, and concert shooting. I can possibly retire this from concert shooting and then relegate this to just some other big tasks that I have around me here. So pretty sweet, right? All right. Meanwhile, let's take a look and kind of see what's included in the box, because I'm a little bit curious. You got straps. We got another charger here. Here's the body. Here's the EL15C, which I think is the new higher capacity battery that can charge via USB is what I understand. And here's the body. Super sweet. Yeah. One thing that I forgot, literally as I was setting up, I forgot what it was on the specs, but now it's in front of me, I can just like look at it. Was the video out? I'm not sure if it's mini HDMI or if it's micro. So let's take a look here. Slick. All right, it's mini. So that's cool because all my stuff is mini. Like I don't have to buy a micro adapter. Meanwhile, another thing too that's cool is this can power through USB-C. So now I don't have to use these dummy batteries that scare the shit out of me. Okay. Very cool, very clean. And the size, wow, it's like smaller too. But the lens mount's so huge. I find it so weird how we have mini and micro. I know, right? I kind of want to like part of me wants to set this up now, but I think I might need just like a longer like power USB-C cord to be able to power this properly. In the meantime, I guess I could charge this battery. It's not gonna hurt anybody if I just start charging. Why not just one? I know, right? Okay, I'm gonna go find a wall to plug this into. All right, so that'll go in charge. Mini micro what? Got to use your custom cables. Oh, I don't know if they actually. I don't think power delivery. I don't know. Power delivery over like long limo. I don't know how effective that 100% is. Oh yeah, we were talking about HDMI. Yeah. What the hell is this? What the fuck is this? I don't know what this is. All right, all right. I guess this is another factor of buying refurbished is that there's like no manual. So it's like I don't know what these plastic things are. All right. So there's that. Let's take a look at this lens. This lens also exciting. So I have a 70 to 200 in f mount, and then I have this. I don't know if you call this. I guess Z mount. (2470) and 70 to 200. So my plan is what I think the only legitimate downside I have is that these Z lenses are not backwards compatible. That's the one thing that I consider to be a little bit unfortunate. So I can't throw this 2470 onto, say, for example, not that I'll be using my D750 really anymore, but I can't throw it onto my film camera, which I can share lenses between like my f6 and my D750. So this one I won't be able to use on it. So what's going to have to happen at these concerts is I go to the pit with my DSLR, my mirrorless Z6 II with the 2470 on it. I'm probably going to throw the 70 to 200 onto the f6, my film camera. And I think that just like works best because I love getting like very, very close up on film like on these artists. It's I love being able to do that. But as soon as I'm out, what's going to end up happening is that like I'm relegated to only using my 70 to 200 out of the pit on my film camera, but I also have to share that with this guy. And so that leads me into this next package to open before I even finish like the story. So this is package 14. 2 hours in and we're on 14 of 16. I appreciate you guys all being here. So this is the Nikon FTZ2 adapter. This is Nikon F to Nikon Z mount. And this is the second version of this adapter, which I think is supposed to be a little bit slimmer. And so the idea is that like I'll be able to drive my 70 to 200 from this or like using this onto my Z6 II. But I won't be able to do the reverse. This won't fit on my F6. So there's gonna be moments at these concerts where like I'll have like a lensless body strapped to me through my F6 because the 70 to 200 has to be on my Z6 II. So this is the most slacking off we've done at the beginning of the stream so far. Any stream. Oh, 100%. No, I absolutely anticipated that, like, you know, I was gonna, you know, start this stream and I'm gonna spend like at least like 2.5 hours on package openings. The Topre Falcon is gonna be an interesting build because I don't anticipate it taking too long, but I have burned myself by saying shit like that before. Okay. Are you going to the San Jose meetup? Man. Oh, okay. Oh, hold on. So, let's speak on that, right? First of all, I don't know if anyone, because I knew there was a Treasure Island meetup maybe about 2 weeks ago. I did not go to that one. Just period. I part of me kind of wishes that I did, but I feel like I just didn't 100% know what was going on, and I was just lazy to really find out. Second of all, yeah, Mazak was last week, and I gotta tell you guys, man, I was so sad, man. Like especially in retrospect, man, it looked like, man, everyone was there, man. Like leading up to it, I was just like, I don't know if I'll go. Like it's a weird time and day. I don't know if I'll go. But then like I started getting a little bit more hyped about it because I found out like people were coming out of town for it, and I was gonna. This opportunity was there, and then I got COVID, and then I was just like, fuck, I got COVID. Like, obviously I feel like shit, but also like, you know, clearly I shouldn't be there, you know, consider everybody else. But then like after it happened, I was like, oh my God, they were like, man, it just looked like it was super lit. It seemed like it was super lit, and I was just like so sad. Okay, so that was the situation. Am I going to the San Jose meetup? I forget what day it is. I don't remember. But I'm also gonna have to check because I think that's like it's at the end of July, right? I have to check my schedule because end of July gets kind of funky. July 23rd. Okay, yeah, July. That end of July period is gonna get a little bit funky because there might be some stuff that I have to do. But there might also be a whole lot of nothing, and it's just like, I just gotta find out. Anyone going to Nashville? All hex. Wait, what's going on in Nashville? Sinvac, you did the Topre Falcon sort of. Did you figure out the truth? So, what I think like our package number 4 or something. So, it turns out I didn't lose any screws. They just didn't send enough. So I bought like a screw pack that'll contain a bunch of M1.4 screws and M2 screws. So all of it's going to be useful at some point. So, hey, yo, Spring Roll, what's going on? Meet up in Nashville at end of August. Oh, you know, weirdly enough, of all of the places, like, you know, considering like I don't know if I call myself like a big traveler or anything. But I actually have been to Nashville once. And Nashville is really interesting. Like, I don't know, as someone who normally is not in places like Nashville, Nashville was very interesting when I went. I think I was out there in like 2011. So over 10 years ago. That place was interesting. How you doing? I'm doing good. I still in the recovery process of COVID, but you know, I'm mostly good now with just a tiny bit of a cough left. Yeah, it was a whole thing. Okay. Oh, maybe we'll try this. Okay. I want to mount this. Okay, what's the best way to do this? Take this off real fast. That's a giant mount. It's a giant mount, but it's actually got really nice. The lens itself is not as big as I thought it would be, so this is actually really nice. Very cool. Oof, hope you're okay, Frank. Nice. Frank, welcome back. Yeah, this is my Z6II 2470 2.8. We got the FTZ right here for if I want to run the 70 to 200. Congrats on the new camera. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay. So, we're probably not going to open this now. There's no real need to. One thing I want to do, I kind of wanted the opportunity to use this camera on this stream, but I feel like that's probably not going to happen. The battery's still charging, and I just feel like I kind of want to baby this for a little bit and, like, you know, just get acquainted. So probably not tonight. Okay, so that was packages 13 and 14. So we got 2 left. 2 packages left, guys. At this point, as far as I know, we have 2 left. Oh, okay, here's what I wanted to do. All right, here's this guy. I don't know. I don't think this is going to fit super well, just given the shape of this camera. And again, I think for anyone who's just tuning in now, or dropped that a little. For anyone who's just tuning in right now, this is what we'll be giving away, which is a, if you hit exclamation giveaway, you'll be able to see what it is. It's a Base Object 05 camera stand that got a little dusty because I haven't been using it because my cameras aren't really shaped well for this. But the idea is that, like, say you have like an older like SLR, what happens when you don't stream and get too many packages? I know, right? If you have older SLR, the shape's going to be a lot better. Like maybe a rangefinder of some sort is going to be a lot better. But this guy right here, it's going to be like kind of, yeah, this is super odd for it. Just the shape's not really built for it. But if you got cameras that might fit this well, then, you know, we'll be giving this away. Bitter Seeds, hey Frank, see if you have a great rest of the stream and dealing with that lingering, always tired feeling since COVID. Good night. Bitter Seeds. Thanks so much for being here. I'm glad you're doing all right, and I hope that you get better soon. Appreciate it, man. Okay. So, I guess I will just stow this off here to the side. Alrighty. So, I want to show package 15. Package 15 is another camera item. Or another camera package or photography package. And this one, man, I gotta tell you, man, this one, man, it's not helpful at all. This one is nuts. So give me some moments so I figure out. There's a lot of this like paper tape, and so I gotta figure out how this guy constructed all this. It's like there's maybe use like a box reducer or something because there's like a seam here that doesn't look super ordinary. Yeah, this guy definitely used a box reducer. You know those box cutting tools that like they reduce bigger boxes down to smaller ones? Gadget Blues, what's going on? Welcome. We are on package 15 of 16. We have not begun our Matrix Falcon build, but we will get there soon. Oh. Alrighty, guys. We got some cool shit here. Which camera ecosystem you share from Nikon? Oh, nice. Nice. Alright. I don't know which one to show first, but I'll show them. We got a bunch of contacts gear. So I found this seller who I guess was selling some stuff on behalf of someone's estate. I'm guessing photographer might have just collected a bunch of this stuff, passed away, and then like the guy was just explaining in some of his descriptions that he was selling this on behalf of the family. So look at this, guys. I got a bunch of this like Contact 645 gear here, and boy, I gotta tell you, I'm excited. So it looks like the metal hood goes with the lens, but I didn't actually think that there's a whole separate box for it. But I think these are all just like open box, but possibly largely unused. And like when I looked at it, I was like, these prices look really good. So I have the f2 80 millimeters Contact 645 lens, which I think that's the one that people kind of consider like super legendary. That lens alone, like at this point now, I think is probably running for like 2,000 plus, 2,000, 3,000 or so. And then the body itself is like 1 to 2,000. I was lucky to get one like in not so great condition for like 3K like 3 years ago. Oh wow, yeah, like this looks like really good condition. Just like the whole kit together between the body and the lens. But one thing I noticed is that like I'm considering, and you guys tell me how bad of an idea this is. I'm considering trying to go use medium format at concerts. And I feel like, oh man, I better be babying this camera super, super hard if I do so. But my foray into doing that, I think, has to be contingent upon getting like a longer length lens. So this was my motivation for being able to do so. So like this is like one of the longer ones that has like a really, really wide like aperture opening. And this is what I wanted to be able to go for. But the seller was actually selling a couple of these other things. This battery holder, which allows me to not like use AA batteries instead of those like camera specific batteries. Something that I've been looking at for a while, along with this waist level finder. I actually do some shooting. I do a lot of my photo film shoots for keyboards using my Contact 645, which is an expensive endeavor. But one thing I noticed is that like if I'm trying to get like low to the ground, like it makes like very little sense to try to use like the actual like eyepiece viewfinder instead of something like this like a waist level finder that I could just like look through at the top. So I've been really particularly excited about this. Looks like there's like a giant scuff here, but outside of this scuff, everything looks pretty solid. Like nothing's like shined or just like flaking or peeling or whatever. So it looks pretty good. Zeiss glass was amazing. First time I heard it was the Nokia phones that were coming out in 2011-ish. Pick one in the store and the image is so clean. Yeah, no kidding. I mean, Zeiss is a name. 100%. Okay, there is actually a continuation of this story, which is this. There was actually a fourth item that I was... What the hell is it going to? There's actually a fourth item that I was really, really interested in. Medium format's super fun. Been kind of a niche for a long time. Now that all film's super nice, I have no clue what the market looks like and how much is the film. It's funny because I like one thing that people had kind of mentioned was that maybe like trends like come and go, right? Just with everything, like everything in this world, trends come and go. But I think like I started getting into shooting photo film in about 2017, and like I thought at the time that I was already like kind of late. One thing that people were kind of saying was that like, look, here's something I gotta mention. Why does anyone shoot film? Okay, I'm gonna get on my bullshit here. Why does anyone shoot film? You know, okay. I'm going on a tangent on my soapbox. I think one thing that people will tend to say is just like when you just look at like, you know, Instagram, people online, film photographers, people will say like YouTube, people will say like, oh, I love I love the tones. Have a brother, so you can tell people, no, it's that, like, it's 100%. It's, I think that the idea of photo film, I think the idea of say like vinyl records, like all of it is just like super hipster, right? Like, I mean, it's just what it is. It's just super hipster. Because like some people will say shit like on the spectrum of just like, oh, film makes me a better photographer because I have to think harder. And I get that. Like there's you have that justification. Then there's other people who say like, oh, I love film because of the tones. And it's just like, okay, like, I mean, I get that, but it's just like there's that spectrum, right? And while I understand those arguments, part of me just looks at it like, as much as I understand it, and as much as, like, say for example, I even partake in it, like, part of me is like, this is like super corny. It's just like, because like, I think that in a lot of cases, like with digital, like you can simulate film actually really well, like really well. You're not going to get like exactly like 1-for-1, 100%, but like in terms of like evoking like pictorial quality of an image, like say for example, the tones, you can get that like simulated in digital, right? On top of that, you can also be a better shooter on digital. So that's my soapbox, and I say this as someone who shoots film. And what does that mean? It's that like I don't say these things as a way to like talk down, say for example, my peers. I don't say these things like just a notion of you know, just like trying to break away. And I don't know. I'm not trying to like gatekeep people out who are already in film. I'm not trying to gate people out of film at all. But my dad was a pro for 50 years and went digital ASAP, never looked back. Here's what I will say. I personally look at it, and maybe this is, you guys could take this for what you will, because you guys might look at this like, oh, this is like the most hipster explanation of it all, like the most condescending or arrogant explanation of it all. But here's the way that I look at it. Given everything I've said, I do still shoot film. And the way that I personally look at it, and I don't think that this is a super, super uncommon argument either, but this is the best one that I think is most perfect for me, is that I think that from start to finish, like there's an artistry in the process. Like for me personally, like one of the things that I personally have fun with is like the actual process of just finishing the film, like developing it and doing things during the development process that can differ from someone else doing it at home or a lab doing it, or, you know, just someone who knows a lot better, someone who knows a lot worse. Like there's differences in that process that you won't even be able to like see, but there's a process where like you can kind of sort of guess what there is. Yeah, it's the journey there that's gratifying, and there's the journey is also the art. Like, I mean, like my options to do what I do during that process is part of it, right? Like running it in chemicals for longer, running it in different chemicals, like, I mean, that's gonna have an effect on the photo itself. The way that I bring it into an inversion process digitally is also a process in itself. Like, and I've made this argument from before where it's like, I think that there's a very stupid thing that sometimes happens, which is that like, oh, with film, you don't need to edit it. And I think that that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, because as soon as this physical film was digitized, there had to be something and speaking specifically on negatives, when you have specifically physical negative film in front of you, the moment it gets digitized and you've seen it means that there had to have been some editing that happened, because the only thing that was fully 100% real was the physical negative. The way that the colors, like you would interpret them, is part of an editing process, in the same way that color adjustments had to have been made for when, you know, an era that existed before and still in some ways exists, like analog prints exist. Like, adjustments have to be made there when you have too much magenta in the photo, right? So what I look at it is like someone who's bringing it into some type of software, whether it's like, you know, like say for example plugins for Lightroom, Photoshop, Capture One, like Color Perfect, like Negative Lab Pro. They have like an inversion process that is supposed to be something that will put the photo in a way that they think that you want it to be, in the same way that these old like Noritsu or Frontier scanners did and still do, because they're still used today. Drum scanning as well. So that's the way I look at it. Like there's this notion here that like you know, like, oh, that you like, I've heard this where it's like you don't need to edit it, and it's like someone already did that for you. Like as soon as you receive the scans back from the lab, if that's what you were looking at. And so like I look at it like there's an artistry behind actually trying to be a good photographer, which I know is like personally I still struggle with, because I don't think I'm the best photographer in the world. What I do know is that I try to partake in the artistry that is photography, from the moment of trying to capture and frame a photo, to the conception of what the image is going to look like to the end, a lot of which is a physical process that contains an artistry in itself. That's what I see. Scanning is not editing. This is true. I apologize if the words that I said made that out to be what it was. If that's how you took it. What I mean is scanning is part of the process to bring it in. Like here's another thing, just like as an example, is that like the idea of a digital scan in the first place, like, is taking something that's physical and then putting it into something that is completely digital, which there's a lot that goes into that. Like, what is a scanner? Like, I use a DSLR to actually scan, right? Like a flatbed scanner, or those like dedicated, like, you know, like photo film scanners that you kind of like slide those, your actual rolls or strips into, literally are just cameras. They're just digital cameras, right? Like that, like sense what's in front of them and then turns it into pixels. Scanning is equivalent to developing. It's not part of the creative process. I don't 100% agree with that. I don't 100% agree with that. Like, I mostly agree with that, but not 100%. Because part of what scanning entails is the ability to sort of, again, take a photo of like something that's flat, right? Like whether it's like a piece of paper that, you know, has your living will, or you know, the title of your house, or a piece of photographic film. Like, those things require like some sort of sensing and some sort of sensing of light. So when I say that there's like, I don't fully agree that your statement of it's not part of the creative process, because one thing that I can do, for example, with my, you know, DSLR scanning setup, well, okay, but on that basis, scanning is analogous to the lens in your enlarger. Yes, yeah, exactly. Because one thing that you can do is control the amount of light that passes through the film as you capture it, like on the sensor of your scanner, your DSLR, or whatever you're using to scan. And so one thing I noticed is that you can have a scan that has less light or more light pass through the density, for example, of a negative. And then those like two scans of the same frame of photo film could end up looking different as you've passed it into your computer, through the process of digitizing by scanning. And then from that point, like editing to invert a negative will actually like still then result in different things depending on what your inversion process looks like. So it's like there's an artistry to all of these things that I think kind of get missed from the point, like for me personally, from the point of taking a photo on photo film to like actually seeing it on your computer. There's a lot to it, right? There's like the actual chemical development process, there's the scanning, and then there's the inversion and the editing. Speaking as a 30-year amateur photographer, son of a 50-plus year pro photographer, and someone who's digitized his entire work of 30,000 positives, negatives, transparencies, and slides on various generations of equipment. Gadget Blues, with a resume like that, the words you have to say are extremely like respectable, 100%. I'm not sure if that sentence fragment is preceding another one or if that was succeeding your last one. But this is the way that I'm looking at it as someone, as someone who is personally for me, like I'm part of the process of doing these things as part of my work and the things that like I'm noticing of adjustments that I can make through the process of producing a photo that I end up having like in my like photo albums or like, my, what I have to share. So that's what that's the way I sort of look at it. Now, Gadget Blues, if there's more I have to say, I'll wait for it. But also I just want to go back real quick because I don't think I ever answered Sinvec's question from a little bit earlier. Sinvec's question was, film is super nice. I have no clue what the market looks like. Like how much is the film? So I went off on a big tangent there with the notion of saying when I started shooting film 5 years ago, one of the arguments that I think film shooters would make or justifications for shooting film was that it was actually like more cost efficient than shooting digital, given that like you can, like at that time at least, you could have like secondhand like manual SLRs and photo film for actually something that was pretty affordable at that time, and be able to produce images that looked really strong. And so if you were a good photographer, you could end up with pictures that could potentially be really strong at a fraction of the price of what digital like photography could cost. Digital photography then was expensive. Digital photography now is expensive. Film photography has, I look at it like price wise when you're looking at like what does the market look like, is just all over the place. Like I think there was a point where some of that argument could have made sense, say like mid 2010s. At this point now, it's harder to say. Film is crazy expensive, as like I would look at it like a trend is coming back. And while a bunch of companies that produce photographic film are just changing business direction, they're looking at like, as much as the trend is there, it's not enough for us to look at it like it's profitable. Meanwhile, also, for example, like Kodak is like, well, we're also just planning on shifting our resources into things that are no longer photography related. So photo film is now super expensive, can be scarce if you're looking at certain types of film stocks. And as the trend is increasing, the price of film is going to look like that, like higher than it was before. and also higher than ever. But the equipment itself also is getting like really expensive too. So it's kind of, you know, it's definitely a bummer for sure. But you know, like if you're into the artistry, you know, if you can't afford it, if it's something that you're in the market for, given all of that, then like I think do it. But I would say I can also understand that it can be disturbing. I also disagree with the shooting less makes you a better photographer. If you look at every great classic photographer, they shot crap loads of film. Look at every photographer in every movie, even Austin Powers are shooting. Yeah, no, I totally agree. I mean, that's just like another crazy ass thing, which is that like, again, like I've mentioned, I don't consider myself the best photographer in the world. In fact, there's a lot of times where me personally, like I get that sort of, what is that? What's that thing? Imposter syndrome. Like sometimes I don't think I'm a very good photographer. Like, you know, like what I know is that I'm fortunate enough, me personally, that like I can like afford to shoot film because I can afford to shoot at the pace that I think is important for me as a photographer, which is a crap load. Like, I mean, like for me, I don't know, Gadget Blues, I'm not sure if you happen to know, but like for me, like at this juncture, it's like when I go into a concert, I'm shooting 3 rolls of film. And I think that one, that's kind of a lot because a lot of people out there who say they want to get into photo film, a lot of people who are shooting photo film already, it's like they might take a long time to even get through 1 roll of film. Whereas like I'm getting through a whole roll in the span of 1 song, given that I have 3 songs in the pit. So I'm getting through like, you know, a roll per song. And so with that said, it's that like I'm just like blasting it, you know, like I'm kind of, it's almost like spraying and praying from the context of shooting like concert photography on photo film. Which is what the digital photographers do. Granted, 1000x, you know. So I don't know, like I'm shooting a lot, and there's like, you know, there's a handful of like, with, you know, like Instagram bangers that I get that I'm using to try to tell a story when I send my coverage over to Golden Voice. My dad had 2 Nikon F2s in motor drive, and he had me reloading one while he shot the other. Man, bro, I'm telling you, man, like I'm like one guy, right? And it's just like, fuck, like I'm in the pit, I got 3 songs. A song could be 1 minute long, a song could be 8 minutes long. What I know is that like, fuck, if this song is 1 minute long, I'm in the pit, I'm like, fuck, like I am wasting time reloading film because I'm just one guy. It's crazy. I think within 10 years, no one will take individual photos by pressing a shutter button. All we need is storage fast enough to shoot full res at 60 FPS instead of, say, 12. I can also understand that reality. Yeah. But yeah, I'm just looking at, like, if you're a concert film photographer, which they had to have existed before the age of digital, and like I'm just like, you know, again, I can't find very many of me who are doing this, but I'm looking at like, if you're a concert film photographer before the age of digital, I feel like you had to have been shooting like a lot of rolls. Like it was crazy. By the way, I was a concert videographer. Oh, right on. Oh shit. That's cool. Okay. Anyways. So, cool stuff here. The battery grip, the waist level finder, this cool ass lens. I'm not going to mount all this stuff right now, but with that said, this was package 15. So we got one more package for y'all. Okay. One more package before we get to this, Falcon build 3 hours in. So let's, I'm going to gently move some of these things, cause I know these guys are a little bit bigger, a little bit more legitimate here. Let's get back to some unboxing. We got one package left, guys. One singular package left, and it is in an envelope. Guys, this one I'm excited and nervous and kind of scared about. And I think I need a drink of water because I was talking a lot. 3 hours in. Thank God I was dangerously close to reminiscing about shooting Seattle proto-grunge on VHS. Ooh. Wow. I'm gonna mute so I can cough. Okay, are we good now? Poor McMerlin still has a terrible COVID cough. Oh, man. Oh. Yeah, it's not fun, man. I mean, I had that gnarly sore throat. Oh, never had a worse one. Alright, guys. So something of this might look familiar, but something is also just like, oh, man, I'm just so curious what I'm going to see here. Alright, guys. Package 16 of 16. Oh, interesting. Oh, interesting. All right, guys. We got more stickers. All right, so let me sort of explain here what is going on. So, we had these other stickers. And I will whip some of them out. So. Also, I still owe some of you guys some stickers and a bunch of prizes. I mean, I took like a 3-week break. I apologize. I don't want to package all this stuff up while I was feeling like shit, and then like I don't know, get some COVID germs all over the prizes. So I took a little break from putting things together. But all right, here we go, guys. Take a look at this. So here's the story. We had these stickers, which are they're kind of furling up. My first foray into stickers. My buddy Andy, who sometimes, comes onto this stream. One last camera thing. My Plus Tech optic film neg scanner died last week. What do you use for negative scans? I use I use my D750 and a Kaiser copy stand and the negative supply, the overpriced negative supply scanning equipment. So it's very, very expensive. I 100% enjoy using it. Like I think that's a part of it too, is that I like using it, but it is like very, very much impractical, especially cost wise, compared to like other options, say for example flatbeds or like Plus Techs. Okay. So here are these stickers, and I'm happy to continue if you have more questions or more to talk about, but I'll continue with this conversation. So my first foray into this was my buddy Andy sometimes comes in here, and he works at a merchandising company like that produces like t-shirts, like clothing, clothing merchandise. But then they started getting into doing like vinyl stickers. I looked at that as we looked at it as an opportunity. He said like, hey, do you want to work together? Like, I know like you should probably have some stickers for your stream. So I was like, oh hell yeah, dude. Yeah, no, I'll support your business. I'll support my best buddy Andy. We'll get some stickers. We're good to go. So I got some stickers to send out to you guys because I don't think I've sent any of them yet. And they're from this stack right here, Sticker Mob. So for anyone's interested, Sticker Mob, good shit. So you got these hollow stickers. Looks real good. Love them. my buddy Andy though is also very honest. He's just saying like, well, let's see how things like kind of turn out. And again, I was happy to support, but he's just like, he's the type of guy who like, he does his homework. He does his homework, and I feel like he's pretty. He tries to be like very objective about just like what his competitors are doing. Between him and all the people he works with, it's like they do their homework. And so they're just like, they want to get into stickers. They want to, start to do this. But then they kind of know like the field of like sticker shops out there. And so there's one that's really good. I think like the the one that's supposed to be like at the top of the game is called like Sticker App. But they're pretty pricey, I think. Just their user interface, and I guess just the business is just run really well for what they do. They're just the top of the sticker game. That's how it is. But I don't know if I'm supposed to be revealing all this info, but I guess it's what I'm doing now. There's another competitor out there called Zug Monster, which is they have slower service. Their UI is not as good, but it's what it is. But the thing about them is that like they do have some good shit here and there, but then they also just randomly have these insane discounts, like really, really mega insane discounts. And literally right when I received this, one of those, like it had to have been like one of the most insane discounts they must have ever run, like ever. And Andy was like, Andy's there. He's like feeling bad. He's just like, dude, I'm sorry that like, you ran your stickers through us, because it's like no one can beat this competitor's pricing. It's a third company. I don't know if I'm supposed to say it. No, like they're just gonna undercut. If they're just gonna undercut everyone like that, it's just like I don't know how anyone else would produce stickers, like and like be a successful business. And Andy himself goes like, dude, like I think like I might just try to get some stickers through them just to like, just as homework, like just to see what's up. And so it was like a sale. And the end of the sale like rolled around, and then he was just like, yeah, I don't know what to do. I don't have stickers to print. So I was just like, okay, like I'm going to run it, because it was so cheap. That was just like, why the hell not? Like, I'm just going to do it. And so here's what I've ran. And here's what it is. And so 50 stickers each. One thing that I noticed right off the bat is that between like the vinyl material and the backing, these are like legitimately just much thinner, just right off the bat. So let me pull it out. But one thing was crazy, and also they cut it just way smaller. I asked for 3-inch stickers, and I don't think this is 3 inches. Let's find out. Ugh. Like, I thought, like, I'm not sure if this was actually my actual design they cut 1-to-1, or it's like, did they just fail to stretch it out, and I was anticipating that they would stretch it out. But like, here's for example, I guess the one from excuse me, the one from Andy's company, Sticker Mob, actually might be way bigger than 3x3, and this is actually 3x3. So maybe I just got he hooked it up. But this is a bit thinner, but the actual like visible material is like super cool, because this is like prismatic, so you can see that it's just kind of, it's just like hollow crystals, whereas this is just like a flat but hollow look. We also knocked out the yellow here, just so that like it would come in as like a chrome color, so that's like another difference there. But yeah, we got a bunch of these now, actually more accurate 3x3 stickers, I suppose, even though like bigger is better. Prismatic's cool. I definitely love that about this. Here's the cool S. Prismatic, oh my god, looking good. But I kind of wish that this came in darker, because the prismatic is just really strong. And so it's a little bit harder to see. But hey, it was cheap, man. It was so damn cheap. So damn cheap that actually there's more. I actually got more of them. So the difference here is that I retained a border. and I signed it. So there's you can actually see my handles. So now you go around and stick these on you know, bathroom stalls, I don't know, electricity boxes, what have you. Stick it outsides of buildings, stuff like that. And people will be able to find me and I guess arrest me for vandalism. I also had a border here, but I still retained the @CGBuen's signature inside instead. But this is just another situation here where I guess I kind of wish that I made the border or the outlines darker, because it's just a bit hard to see. But it was so damn cheap that it was just like, fucking why the hell not? Like, it's just like, I'm not even mad that these don't look as 100% great as I wish they would. But like, bro, crazy. So that is that's it. That's package 16 of 16. So real slick, right? Real slick. Okay. 1 second. I think it's time. You guys sat through 3 hours of me just talking and opening packages. That I would like to run a giveaway for you guys. How about just like one of each sticker? Winner gets 6 stickers. All right. A problem is I didn't open up marbles in the last 3 hours, and there's an update because I haven't streamed in 3 weeks. So, I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait. So, just real quick. Here's a situation. This is like 50 stickers. Each one of these is 50 stickers. Each one of these stacks, which are bending a little bit, is not even close to 50. Like, I actually didn't even grab the full stacks. So that's just kind of to show this is quite a bit thinner of a material, but the prisms are so cool. Crap. Okay. I think Steam is trying to update something else. What the hell? Excuse me. All right. So I'm revealing myself again as someone who hardly uses Steam. I always struggle to find out where the downloads section is, so I could find out which download is bottlenecking marbles. Zero is going on. Yeah, we got a bunch of stickers. And I'm trying to figure out... Oh, here, library. Marbles is launching. What the fuck? Where's the download bar? Okay. 2 minutes. 2 minutes, ready to launch in 2 minutes. Okay, we're good. We're good to go. So yeah, let me... Winner gets 6 stickers. This is a lot of stickers. There's one. You guys have earned it for listening to me talk for 3 hours. I love my 400 to 20 connection. All right. This one is bordered and has my signature. Man, I wish I made it darker. Like, this black looks really good. Maybe I should have made this outline black. Prophet XX, aka Corpius. On tonight's episode, we learn how to package stickers using Adobe Illustrator. Welcome back. Welcome back. All right. I mean, listening to talk is what we're here for. You guys are getting punished for hours and hours at a time. Hope you've been well. I appreciate that. Been a little sick. I caught COVID 2 weeks ago. Still recovering. Have a residual cough. I've tested negative. I don't I believe it's like it's been long enough that I should no longer be contagious, but the cough is still there. It's just like irritation, you know. COVID got me. All right, it says ready to launch, but I don't know why it didn't launch itself. Do you have the headaches and the muscle aches? No, I got the Omicron sore throat. The worst sore throat I've ever had in my life. Would just like not get better for 3 straight days, and it was so aggressive. All right. Okay, guys. Marbles race, 6 stickers. You know the drill. Vote for your favorite map, favorite number. 1 to 61. See the 60% I sent a few weeks ago? Whoa, 60%? You sent me a 60%? Hold on. It would appear that I have something to look at. Keyboards general? Keyboards media? Oh. Ooh. Wait, what is that? Is that a K? Is this? Pretty slick. Vote 58, Hammer, no. Paralumen from Dust Daily. Oh, right on. All right, guys. I feel like I should make a comment on the state of Portal Purgatory. So here's the situation. I feel like I just have to say it. I have to say it out loud because I think it somehow has seemed to become a point of contention here. I understand why people find Portal Purgatory to be fun. One thing that challenges me personally as a streamer is that about Portal Purgatory itself is that if no one wins, rerolls just mean the stream ends up being longer. And for me, it's I've already been talking for 3 hours tonight. I'm going to hope that this build doesn't go long. So for me, I don't like Portal Purgatory for the sake of it's just going to extend my stream when it really doesn't have to. Past that, I mean, there's so much more, but then there's more to it too, which is that I think that there's, not I think, for some reason, there has become it seems like a what was it, like a Team Edward versus Team Jacob situation of whether or not you like Portal Purgatory. And here's the other thing that I have to sort of mention, which is that yes, you guys can vote, but I don't have to choose it. I can just choose another one. So there's that. I mean, for that matter, it's the streamers, especially the streamers who might not like Portal Purgatory, it's that I get it, because it's they don't have to run giveaways in the first place. I mean, the situation should be fun for the streamer, right? So if you guys enjoy Portal Purgatory, then, I mean, by all means. All I know is we're going to run Pixel's procedural pathway, so. All right, guys. Let's do 3 minutes to join. Smash that follow button if you haven't already. Guys, we're like really close to 950. So if you're not already following, make sure you hit that follow button. Hit that play command. Join in for 6 stickers. Wait, what the? You're banned? Wait, did you say? See that? It said Prophet XX Corpius is currently banned? What? Wait, how did that happen? You hacking? All right, also, I'll send a back call. All right. About a minute and a half left to join. How do you manage to get banned in marbles? All right. How does this work? Okay. Stack it like this. All right. In the meantime, let me grab what we need to grab for the build. Oh, God. My back. I wrote an IRC script to type exclamation play once 2 people type in play in chat and then time out for 5 minutes. Apparently Pixel didn't like it, and now I've been banned for years because of it. And the only reason I did it was back when the Marble Sings was taking off was to help smaller streamers keep active gameplay. Oh. Wow. Wait, is Pixel the name of a person? Like the person who developed marbles? That's nuts, man. No, man, I'm on Team Profit. Oh, Pixel, the company that developed marbles. I see. So, the build's going to be interesting. By the way, guys, 15 seconds left to go. Exclamation play if you haven't already. All right, winner gets 6 stickers. I didn't catch who the yearly lead was. I'm off my game, man. I haven't streamed in 3 weeks, so... And Thixius in the lead right now. All Hex has overtaken, but it's anyone's race. Pretty simple one spinner, and just a lot of curves. So we'll see how. What a story. I remember I got briefly banned off of Instagram for like, I don't know, maybe 12 hours, because I also wrote a script that would comment on my own post, just like at like not even really like a specific period, but there's like a little jitter to it. Like it would be like, you know, once every 8 seconds to 12 seconds. But yeah, Instagram didn't like that, but I was able to comment again maybe about like the next day. Sinvek! I think I hit the wrong combo of buttons. Sinvek, congratulations! Do you claim? Also, Sinvek, didn't you win some stickers from before? Let me take a look. I haven't looked at my my winners sheet in 3 weeks. Oh yeah, you won the last pair of stickers. Do you need all 8 of them? Do you want to throw your original sticker mob pair back into the pool? Or do you want all 8? If you want all 8, that's cool. I still haven't sent them out, so. I totally understand if you do, because, I mean, like, come on. Cool S. Cool S and Cool S Alien. Sure, reroll the extra 2. All right, let's reroll. All right, random track. He needs all 8 of them sticky boys. Okay, guys. Let's do a 2-minute timer. Y'all know what it is. Smash that follow button, hit that play command. Hey guys, I gotta get one more follow. For anyone out there who's watching and hasn't followed, hit that follow button. This camera stand is actually pretty nice, especially after I clean it up. And I feel like that's the excuse to call it a 950 follower giveaway. You know what I should have done was, I haven't like worked on this. Totally not profit. Okay. I mean, to be fair, at least you're not doubling up, because you literally can't. Like somehow your entry and follow is is actually fair. $9.50, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it, guys. Oh, there we go. Early lead goes to 0 with the early lead. So this is for a pair of stickers. So just as a heads up, Sinvec had previously won a pair of the original large stickers that to this point I haven't sent out. He then today just won the set of 6 stickers, which already included the pair of 2 original big stickers. And so he's releasing the original big pair for anyone who wins the first place spot in this race. It's looking like Anthixius. Anthixius is in the lead here. All right. It's today 7-1. Mango Head is in the lead now. All right, what we got going on here? Dark Mode Media is just overtaken. What the? This stage is so weird. There's a giant moon in the way. Oh, man, with the alien right there too. So sick. I don't remember how this one finishes. I'll be honest. Okay, so we're gonna have to reopen this whole Falcon back up, by the way, as we watch this. And I'm just like, I kind of want to try the carrot domes. I just gotta find them. This stage is so long. It's like gonna be another 2 minutes. This is crazy. Bro, I found the carrot domes. Where the hell is that one original box of blues? I don't know what I did with it. How can I purchase stickers? That's a good question. It's never come up. This whole sticker thing is very new to me. I just had the stickers made with no great plan other than giveaways. So let me get back to you on that. This answer may be soon or very not soon. There you go, Dark Mode Media with the win. Dark Mode Media, do you claim? Dang, everyone's dead. Track record. Woo. Woo. Claim, duh. Alrighty, congratulations. Alright. Thanks so much for playing, guys. Alright, we still have another giveaway at the end of the stream. So stay tuned for that. But I think we got a build going on, right? 3 hours in. So I got to do this Falcon in that amount of time.